expenditures are for, yes? What account are they supposed to come out of? Now what do? Now you add it up. You say, okay, necessities equals X dollars, and education equals Y dollars, and play equals P dollars, and charity equals Q dollars. All right? Now, so you added all those up, and now what do? The Visa card comes with an envelope, right? Now what are you going to do? You are going to write however many checks necessary from each of these accounts. Let's say in this case 4 checks, and you're going to put 4 checks in with the statement. Are you allowed to do that? Yes, you are. Totally. In fact, I've been doing that for 15 years. 4 checks. Why? Because you don't want to mix up goalies and forwards ever. You understand? You've got to keep the things separate, so it's separate and so it's managed properly. So Visa gets 4 checks. They get your play account, and now you can keep everything in your bank accounts nice and straight. Does that make sense? Yes or no? How simple is this? But does it work actually in the real world? Totally works. Totally works. You have a question over here? Okay, here she is again. You have that many checking accounts, you have service charges. Right. So either get a new bank or don't worry about $4 to manage your life. How much does it cost you? You have 4 accounts, how many checks you got? If it's all on one Visa, right, you're only going to write 4 checks a month. That's going to cost you, what, $4? Let's not focus on the $4. Let's focus on winning the game. Does that make sense? Okay. You have to do that in order to win the game. Just the cost of winning the game. $4 is not a lot. So I understand what you're saying here. And if you have any money and you can put money into those accounts, I know I don't pay anything for my checking accounts. So in your bank, if you have any money, what's that? That's right. Because I have another account, there's a lot of money, and I say, look, you have a choice. You charge me and I take all my money somewhere else, or I leave my money here and you don't charge me. No problem. You can have your $4, Mr. Eker, okay? So you can negotiate with them. That's a very good point. Thank you. Because again, it's a mentality. Your mentality is to play forward here, is to win the game. Got it? So you got to be going for winning the game. And managing your money is the critical part of winning the game. How do we know? Because we know that's how most millionaires have it, hold it, and keep it. By managing the game, that's how the game is won. Do not let the simplicity of this system with the jars and everything fool you. This is a miraculous system. I'm going to explain why in a little bit. I'm going to say this. It is a miraculous system. The minute you get on this, look me in the eye, everything will change for you. If you're rich, you'll be wealthy. If you're broke, you'll finally start to see the light and begin to become a money magnet. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Do not let the simplicity of this fool you. That's why it works. Okay. Now, I want a special point here. Raise your hand if you own a business. Very good. Now, raise your hand if you own a business on a full-time basis. All right, now listen closely. It's a special point for business owners. How many of you find it difficult to manage your personal finances because your personal finances are tied in with your business finances? That's usual. So your money management system is this. Take what you need when you need it. Right? That is a big mistake. Your business must be a separate entity. Must be a what? A separate entity. And the easiest way to do this is to write yourself a consistent paycheck twice a month. The amount depends on how much you bring in, but it must be consistent. Must be what? So here's the way most people do it. They've got, for example, their business, and the money goes to them, right? And then what happens is what? Yeah, then they generally what? Spend that money from the business, right? Now, here's what I want you to do instead. I want you to do this. Your business goes to, you write a paycheck. A what? A paycheck. Your paycheck then goes into your what? Accounts. Your accounts and jars. Understand? Your accounts and jars. Then what happens? And then, of course, what have you done? You have now managed your money and the managed money. So the difference is you've got to get the key, the secret, the key to the financial universe is managing your money. What is it? I'm going to harp on this so big on you until it comes out of your freaking ears. Understand? Because everyone thinks the key is making a lot of money, and it's not. I'm going to explain this to you. We're all taught bogus information. It's about managing your money. And if your business is just, take here and spend it, you're not managing it. Now, again, this is personal money here. You're managing your person. We are not at this level going to use the jars in the account for your business. However, once you do this for personally, you watch how elegantly, with just a few small shifts in the percentages, this works in your business. You watch what happens. But first, go personal. So, how much do you take as a paycheck out of your business? It doesn't matter. I don't care. Start with something. All I want you to do is manage your money. Get the jars, get the accounts, start with something. Okay? So here's what you're going to do. Let's say you don't make a ton of money. So you'll start with twice a month, you'll pay yourself $50. And then you'll put them into the accounts. Understand? In the same percentages. And by the way, isn't it true that sometimes your business pays for certain things, yes or no? So now you don't have to use as much out of your percentages. Same percentage, but you don't need as much. Let's say you do pretty well in your business. Then you write yourself a check for maybe $2,000 every 2 weeks. Right? Whatever it is. I'll let you know right now, when I started my fitness retail store, when I began right away doing this, even though I had no money for the first 6 months, we had no profits coming in, we had revenue coming in, I still paid myself, listen closely, $100 every 2 weeks. I was married and I had a child. We let the business pay for as much as possible, and we scrimped and saved, okay? $100 every 2 weeks. That's not a lot of money to live on, understand? And a lot of lettuce. Got a deal on lettuce. 6 months later, I was paying myself $1,000 every 2 weeks. That's a lot better, right? 1 year later, $5,000 every 2 weeks. And I don't even want to tell you what it's like now. Okay, so it's about paying yourself a paycheck, a consistent paycheck. So if you say, hey, what if my business is always up and down? What did I just say? What's the key word? So if your business is up and down, you write a consistent paycheck every time. Now, if you have more money extra, doesn't mean you have to blow it all off, right? So it'll all equal out in the end. Okay, so raise your hand again if you're a business owner. What are you going to start doing immediately? Write yourself a what? Every what? Every 2 weeks. I don't care what it is and what it's for. Later when you do better, you give yourself a raise. Okay? But you start immediately. When do you start? What if your business isn't making a lot of money? It doesn't matter. Write yourself a check for $1 then, okay? That's all I want to see. Is when you start doing this, you start seeing what happens. Okay, next. I get a lot of questions here is, how do you handle the money management between couples and with kids? Anybody interested? All right. First, let's talk about couples. There's a couple ways to do this. The first one is some people, they separate all their money. In other words, I earn what I earn, that's my money. You earn what you earn, that's your money. You can do that. That's not a problem. And then you know how they said, we're going to pay equal amounts for rent. And you go, yes, you can do that. If you do that, then each of you has your own what? Jars and accounts. Got it? Each of you. That's it. Now, the other way is to not separate your money, is to pool all your money. What's the word? How many of y'all realize that that's the way that they've been doing it? Eh? Many couples do it like that. Pooling all your money. Now, most people do it like that. Now, here's the secret. If you pool all your money, this is a rule. It's a what? You have to make sure you decide on a certain amount that each individual will take off the top before you start splitting the accounts. I'll show you what I mean. So one of you makes after taxes, $2,000 in the month. And the other of you, after taxes, makes $4,000 in the month. How much do you make in the month between you, pooled money? $6,000. Now, this is after taxes. Now, the first thing you're going to do before you split the money is you're going to agree on how much each of you takes on a personal level. So, let's say most of your stuff you do together, so you don't need that much on a personal level. So you're going to agree to take $500 each. How much? And that goes personally. Personal. Now, then how much is left? $5,000 is left. And now what do you do with the $5,000? You manage it. You put it into your 6 accounts. You got it? Yes or no? Now, why is it absolutely critical you take off personal individual money first off a pooled situation? Thank you. Excellent. Because there is nothing worse than having to ask or beg your partner for money. Nothing could be worse. It belittles you. It disempowers you. You feel like a schmuck. Yes or yes? And listen to those of you who are making the more money or something like that, and you've got it set up where your partner has to ask you for money, you think you've got them under control. Holy moly, when the stuff hits the fan, man, is it going to hit. The resentment that is being built up, you have no idea about. None. Trust me on this. Don't believe a word I say, but trust me on this. Don't even think of doing that. Don't make anybody ask you for their pennies, for their dollars. You've got to make sure, by the way, if you notice, even though this person makes less than this person, when it comes to individual, how much do they get? The same amount. Yeah, but I make a lot more. Then don't pull your money.